It's been a wet and windy day across San Diego, and it's not over yet.
Already the storm has toppled trees, knocked down power lines. It's caused flooding and contributed to car crashes. All of this caused by what was once tropical storm, even Hurricane K, as it crawled up the Baja coast. Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee.
And I'm Jesse Pagan in tonight for Carlo. We have team coverage across the county tonight. CBS 8's Rocio de la Fe is live downtown with more on a rare rain delay and late start for the Padres. CBS 8's Richard Allen is standing by with concerns about the storm in the South Bay and south of the border. But
we begin tonight with Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis, who's been busy tracking the storm all night. Carlene, what can we expect to see overnight and into tomorrow?
We're still talking about showers in the forecast. So taking a look at that radar sweep right now, we do have some shower activity that is happening across Escondido. Also seeing that for downtown. And that is going to start to move out as we go throughout the overnight hours. So just kind of on again, off again. That's what we've been experiencing. So you're seeing the bulk of the moisture across the mountains, and that's going to continue to be the case as we go into this weekend. So most of the moisture, still talking about the mountains, inland valleys as well. Cannot rule out an isolated thunderstorm as we hit tomorrow's forecast. K is now post-tropical, so the last advisory has been issued, but this area of low pressure, it's not going anywhere for a couple of days, so it's going to continue to surge in moisture. We're going to continue to feel the humidity as well. As mentioned, inland areas look to see the most rainfall as we go into our forecast for this weekend. So you're talking about a flash flood, or excuse me, a flood watch, and that's going to be in effect for the inland valleys all the way towards the desert. We had a lot of rain today and some record rain, so we'll go ahead and take a look at which cities coming up. Back to you.
thank you, Carlene. Tonight, federal investigators are working to find out why this Learjet went off the runway at Naval Air Station North Island and into San Diego Bay. It happened just after 1:15 this afternoon. According to FlightAware's flight tracker, the plane, which the Navy says was a civilian contractor, took off a little after noon. It then made several figure eights over the water, but when it landed about an hour later, it slid off the runway and over retaining walls you see right there. There were 2 people on board. Both escaped without serious injury. Right now, the Padres are in extra innings against the Dodgers at Petco Park.
Yeah, the game got off to a rare late start due to the storm, but it put a snag in some fans' plans in getting to the stadium. CBS 8's Rocio de la Fe is there live now with the latest on conditions. Rocio?
Well, it's been a mostly rainy day here in downtown San Diego, but right now conditions are pretty dry, which is a good thing as fans get ready to head out sometime soon as the game starts to wind down. Despite the rainy day here today, plenty of fans made it out here to Petco Park for some baseball. The rain and nasty conditions didn't stop these Padres fans and Dodgers fans from heading to Petco Park Stadium.
I'm here to have a good time, so hopefully they get to play the whole entire game.
We took the train, so public transportation was the best.
Downtown San Diego saw plenty of rain most of Friday, causing minor flooding to some streets in Bankers Hill. The showers even delayed the first pitch by about 40 minutes. Flooded tracks on 12th and Imperial even forced MTS to briefly suspend trolley services to downtown for several hours. Conditions ended up improving later in the evening, allowing officials to resume trolley service to downtown just in time for the game, giving fans the chance to support their team.
To support the Padres is a big game today against, the Dodgers. Want to see them beat them.
We want to come and support the team, and tomorrow's my birthday, so she got me tickets. So I want to come and see the Padres win.
Well, part of it is there's Brewfest tonight. We love beer, and we're in San Diego, but we love our Dodgers. No.
Rain or shine for these fans, right? And a fun fact, only 3 games have ever been rained out in Petco Park history. Not the case here tonight, but it did postpone the start of the game, that is. We're live here from downtown. Rocio de la Fe, CBS 8.
Thanks, Rocio. Today's storm also packed a major punch in the South Bay. Tonight, county officials have a warning for anyone thinking of going into the water in Imperial Beach.
And as CBS 8's Richard Allen shows us, the storm is having a dramatic impact on parts of Baja California as well.
Well, that's right. We have gone from hot to wet, and while the South Bay has gotten a major soaking throughout the day, this storm is posing even more of a concern south of the border.
So who would have expected this rain, which we need, but I mean, who would have expected it?
For Adi and Canale, these at times heavy rains and gusty winds are a welcome change from the brutal temperatures over the past week. But this powerful punch of precipitation has impacted both sides of the border.
Streets flooded, sidewalks, I mean, you'll be walking on big puddles. You even see the water flow.
Canale says that this storm is creating major headaches for parts of South Bay.
All the sewage, just think about it, goes to Imperial Beach, so that's another concern that we got to worry about with all this rain and the flooding going over there, is that their trash comes to us.
In fact, beachgoers are being warned that bacteria levels are currently alarmingly high along the Imperial Beach and Silver Strand shoreline, which may contain sewage and make anyone who goes into the water sick, along with a similar warning for the Coronado shoreline. In the meantime, the ocean shoreline from the border to the south end of Imperial Beach will stay closed for the time being until it's determined those waters are safe to enter.
Oh, it's terrible.
Wendy Rivera is from Tijuana. She and others who live south of the border are more concerned about Baja California, which is expected in some areas to receive roughly a year's worth of rain in the next 48 hours.
We are concerned about these people. It's not good to the people are suffering.
Images out of Mexicali showing cars underwater and streets completely flooded.
So everybody is worried about it then. It's going to be bad.
And could possibly get even worse as this weekend progresses.
We are ready to give support if they need some food or water, or we are ready to give our help.
And keep in mind for those warnings to stay out of the water at beaches contaminated with bacteria. Swimming, surfing, and diving should be avoided not just during the rain, but for 72 hours after the rain has ended.
Thanks, Richard. The weather caused a rough ride for some today, including here in Kearney Mesa, where a semi-truck overturned on Interstate 15. But that wasn't the only place the storm wreaked havoc.
CBS 8's Jenny Day continues our storm coverage from outside of the CBS 8 studios right here in Kearney Mesa.
Yeah, good evening. Calm, quiet, cloudy, and most importantly, cool out here. But Tropical Storm Kay has provided us with much needed rain and relief from the heat, but it's also toppled trees and power lines and made for a much busier day on our highways.
What a week for weather in San Diego. Our perfect sunny and 70 was anything but. A massive heat wave followed by a tropical storm. We have experienced wind advisories, heat and flash flood warnings, and a flex alert extending now into day 10.
Absolutely unique, absolutely an anomaly to put those two things together. San Diego Gas and Electric's posture has been raised to meet that demand.
The mountains are taking the brunt of the storm, heading east on the 8 near Alpine. Signs warn truckers that high-profile vehicles are not advised.
The wind catches this, it rocks it even worse. You know, it feels like you're getting ready to tip over.
Alpine felt wind gusts around 60 miles per hour, but Cuyamaca Peak topped 109 today.
Snapping trees. Alpine, that's what happens.
Similar story in North County. Carlsbad saw gusts in the 30-mile-per-hour range. On Calle Ricardo and North Broadway in Escondido, a tree toppled over, bringing power lines down with it. Now, the rain helps the drought, but some areas are getting too much water. Keep in mind the National Weather Service says most flood deaths occur in vehicles. So you've heard it before, but I'll say it again. Turn around, don't drown when you see a flooded roadway.
On a typical day in San Diego, we have about 75 crashes a day. On a typical rain day, that goes anywhere from 300 to 400.
California Highway Patrol tells me when the roads are wet, keep your distance, slow down, and stay alert.
Erratic driving, you know, sudden movements in your vehicle could cause your vehicle to spin out of control.
A lot of people have also taken advantage of the county's free sandbags. A list of locations is on CBS8.com.
And as long as you stay safe, I hope you're like me and able to just stay in this weekend and enjoy the rain. I certainly hope we get more of it. Reporting from Kearney Mesa, Jenny Day, CBS 8.
Thanks so much, Jenny. And to get the latest weather updates and forecasts for where you live right on your phone, all you have to do is text the word storm to 858-571-8888 and we'll send you the link. You can also download the CBS 8 app for free.
And we want to see photos and videos of the storm where you live. Just go to the Near Me section of that CBS 8 app and click on the Share With Us button.